Hello everyone, it's Jill here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card for a little girl and I wanted to do something a little bit different, but we're going to be using Lavinia Stamps again, my favourites, and we're going to be using the fairy Toadstool. But what I also wanted to do was use up some of my supplies that I've had kicking around forever and a day, let's move it that way, because I've got so much, probably like everyone else, in my craft kit, and I need to use up what I've got really rather than keep buying more. So to start with, I've got a really bog issue basic card that I've had for quite some time. It's a bit shiny and I thought it'd make a nice card base because it's quite a heavy one. So I'm going to start by making up the layers that I'm going to put the image onto. So I've found a nice piece of 6x6 paper which I thought was really pretty, and I'm going to do a few die cut layers on it. So I'm going to pop that one onto there. So I've prepped all that up. You don't want to watch me do all that. I just thought I'd do something a little bit different for a change, and as I said, use up some of the supplies that I have in abundance. Let's pop that down onto there like that, and as you can see, it frames it beautifully. Lovely little edging there. And then I've done another smaller one out of the same card that I've used the card base on to go on the front here, and this is what we're going to stamp the image onto. Now this isn't going to take really any water because it's hard and it's shiny, and a tiny little drop here and there what I'm just going to use to do some watercolour pencils. So right, there's my card there. As I said, we're going to use the fairy Toadstool, and I'm going to use very limited supplies today. So I'm using Versafine Clear in Pinecone. So it's more or less going to be one colour, if you like. So let's just make sure we're all linked up nicely. Lid back on, and I think I'll just take that off because we don't want any accidents. So let's pop it over to one side over here, and it stamps quite well onto the card itself. Let's pop that there. This ink, it dries quite nicely, there's no smudging or anything with it. So just let that soak in and wait for the image. Pop. There we are. That's beautiful. So that's that one done. And then I want to do some little mushrooms. They're the Slender mushrooms, and also we're using the Wallace family. So let's have a go at putting baby Wallace. I'm going to put him on top of the Toadstool. Should we set it up nicely? And let's pop him down there. So these are quite smallish stamps, these ones, so you don't really need any stamping platform. Just need to leave it for a second or two for that ink to soak in and transfer. How's that? Beautiful. And then we're going to have Mummy again in the Versafine Clear Pinecone. There she is, all done. And I think we'll have her looking up about there. She's going to be talking to him, saying, "What are you doing up there?" So let's just let her soak in a bit. Lovely. So she's done. And then, as I said, the Slender mushrooms. Just pop that there and hook that up. Pop a few out of there. Lovely. And I just want to put a few down here, but I don't want them as tall as that. So I'm just going to mask off down here a minute. Just to take the bottom ends of those mushrooms off. Let's stick them there. Lovely. So that really is all the stamping. I'm just going to give that a little blast of the heat gun just to make sure that ink's dry before I start anything else. It won't take long. Just to make sure we don't smudge anything. Lovely. Right, so the only colour I'm going to put on this is some watercolour. I've just got a brown and a pink. Doesn't matter what pencil you use, anything at all. So I'm just going to ground Mummy. Just ground her down like that. And also just a little bit across the bottom of the mushrooms. And then with the pink, I'd rather come in under here. It's very, very subtle. There's nothing bright about this card. It's just beautiful toned, muted toned card. I'm just doing a little bit of colouring in. Let's go around the edges of those. It's very simple, quite a quick one for me. You can see, you can barely notice that. It's quite creamy coloured, this card, which is why I wanted to keep it all tonal. And then colour the spots in the brown, I think. Nearly there. Now pick out a few more bits and bobs. I'll put some more pink into the little hedgehogs, I think. And I might just put some pink through these little white bits here. This brings it all in together, ties it all up nicely. Bit of pink under the mushrooms again. Right, so now we can use a tiny, tiny bit of water. I've got my water brush here. I'm just gently going to just activate these colours a bit. It just blends it in nicely by doing that. And again, these ones. There we are. As I said, it won't take a lot of water, this card, but it's enough just to blend that pencil in. And then the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do some wording. I've got the verse one here, the Heartfelt verses, and this is birthday wishes. Now, I don't know about you, but I nearly always get this wrong and crooked, so just to help out a bit, I'm just going to do a very small pencil line. I'm just lining up these markings on the ruler to the edge of the card. Make sure it's straight. Where should we put that? Right, very, very light pencil mark across there. And again, back to the Pinecone ink. I'll just about see that pencil line under there. Hope for the best. Don't want to ruin it right in the last minute. There we go. So when that ink's dry, I will actually rub that pencil mark out. So let's bring our card in. And we can mount that up onto there. Already done the glue bit. go, just line that up nicely and pop that onto there. And that is really pretty. And let's just see if we can take this pencil line out now. And I have smudged the ink. So yes, just wait a little bit longer before you do that. But anyway, that is a beautiful little card, I think, for a little girl, using the Wallace family and the fairy Toadstool. Beautiful muted tones. And this card is actually a 6x6. So I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.